Hey, hey y'all. No matter how many times I get on this live stuff, I'm still always nervous. That's just me. But I'm not gonna hold y'all long today for real. I ain't lying this time. I ain't doing no 2 hours and all that. I ain't getting carried away. Cause this ain't one of them kind of subjects in the first place. I will not be talking much about myself. So, yeah. This is just we talking about sin for real, for real. We ain't talking about you know, we ain't talking about sin where you go hide and bury yourself in a hole and all that. I think some of us done did that enough trying to be perfect and right, and I'm trying to finish some of my artwork too. It look a mess right now. That's how it's supposed to look right now. But wait till y'all. First of all, I got each step. I got a step by step. So what I'm finna be doing while I'm talking to y'all, you know, killing time. I'm just gonna be knocking this leaf off, basically. Let y'all see a little bit. Hold on, this camera. I'm still trying to figure out how to, the cameras work backwards. So I'm gonna knock that stuff out. Y'all see how that's turned into a heart now? I got it all covered up. It look a mess right now. Once I get through, knocking all this stuff off, they gonna be some silver hearts in this section anyways, in that little part. Show y'all a little bit stuff here. But, yeah. So basically, like I'm saying, sin. Sin. Like I was saying in the other video, sin is basically things that you do to hurt yourself, basically. We say it's against God and all that, which, like I said, you are a child of God, which means you are God in the flesh. You're supposed to represent God. Some of y'all, not all, not everybody. So we ain't even gonna go through all that. If you claim yourself to be a child of God and you were introduced to the God that you serve or claim by way of the Bible, then there's this for y'all. And one day, even if you're not into the Bible right now, you don't know God that way, even if you don't know God by the way of the Bible. I don't know, I can't speak for everybody God. But I'm just gonna speak for the God in the Bible and my God from the kingdom of heaven. Cause like they, whatever, we ain't finna get into all that heavy stuff. But yeah. So basically, sin of your own. How is your sin helping or hurting you? When you sin, you are sinning against yourself. It's called sin for a reason. Basically, you hurting yourself. That's anything. So say drinking, right? Drinking, that's a sin. What everybody call it a sin anyway, but we know everybody drink. But everybody don't get drunk. Everybody don't. That should be that way. I'm doing her artwork. Oh no, she might be putting on her little headphones, but she in school right now. In online school, so y'all gonna see her back there moving sometimes. But yeah, back to what I'm saying. Sin basically is the thing that hurts you, that slow you down. Back to what I was saying about drinking. Everybody drink, but everybody don't get drunk. Everybody don't black out. Don't get drunk till they black out and don't remember what they doing. You get drunk and black out, get sick, throwing up. When you throwing up and all that stuff, all that acid is coming up and tearing up your esophagus, messing up your stomach, got your stomach out of whack, all that is tearing your body down. That's a sin because you killing yourself in a way. You hurting your body. Now, if you can drink and you not in an altered state of mind. It just have you feeling good. You not feeling easy to where you gonna do some stuff that you want to do while you was sober. And that's another way of sin. Anything that you doing that you wouldn't do in your right mind, that's sin. But with drinking, back to drinking. Drinking, like I hear a lot of stories about people blacking out and drinking, or they get drunk and they swear they don't know how they ended up in the bed with this person and that person. And I was a heavy Jose Cuervo drinker in the past, and I can't lie to nobody, and I'm pretty sure I might have forgot some stuff that was said or whatever, but I have never blacked out and ended up in the bed with somebody that I didn't know. Stuff like that. I don't know. Stuff like that do happen, but I don't know. I can't speak on that because that don't happen to me. I don't know what that is or what that's about. But if alcohol do you like that and you still drinking, that's a sin. If alcohol alters your state of mind, your state of being, period, to where you doing stuff that that's not you, that's a sin, basically. So that's why I say basically the devil, drinking is a good way to basically point out the ways of sin, because what you do, like what they say, what you eat don't make nobody else boo boo, right? So what's a sin to you might not be a sin to somebody else. You keeping it real might be a sin for you, because you keeping it real might be you call yourself keeping it real, and you actually being nasty and hateful and hurtful towards people. That's a sin. Versus somebody else keeping it real is just being honest, and they ain't doing it to cut nobody down. Like I said, what you eat don't make nobody else boo boo, and vice versa. Sin is sin. Sexual immorality. Now we gonna touch on that for sin. And baby, like I said, like I be telling y'all, I'm the one to talk about sex, baby, because I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. Not all that, because I did have some level of decorum, but no sin is greater than the other one. So I can't say nobody was worse than me or this, that, and the third. They just might have been introduced to some different kind of stuff. Well, I wouldn't even say introduced, because I was introduced to a lot of stuff too. Some people chose to go through with some stuff sexually that I did not. And so that's why I say I cannot knock or condemn nobody else, because no sin is greater than the other one, than the other, or whatever. But sexual immorality, basically you doing things that don't fit yourself, that don't fit you. You shouldn't nobody be talking you into no threesomes. If somebody had to talk you into it, that was not you. Because people who naturally are into that kind of stuff, they don't have to be talking into it, right? That's something that they do. And there's people out here and they don't make it wrong or right. I don't know. I can't say it don't make it wrong. But it don't make it right for you to do it just because everybody else doing it, because you don't have the same mental and emotional setup as everybody else, as the people who might be trying to talk you into performing different kind of sexual acts. Like, you might not be built like that, and you do that and it might take you down. You're going to feel like you the worst thing on earth, which going to cause you to make yourself feel unworthy, and that's going to push you further away from God. You're going to feel like you ain't worth God, or God judging you. You're going to beat yourself up before God even do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you did something that you know is out of character, or that you embarrassed about, or all kind of extra stuff. So, which means it's a sin for you. Now, it's other people out here who they're just in them for whatever reason. But it ain't your place to be trying to be like them or figure it out or see how it feel, because it might feel too good and it might not be, still not be you. And then there you go, you sitting up there, you done got lost, you a sex addict now, you gotta have sex with 5 people at one time because you know now you got 5 different doggone spirits in your energy at the same time. You know, and now you feeling all kind of. That's basically how sexual immorality come about. You taking on other people's sexual spirits, and so then you starting to feel like you can do these things too. But really, you just trying to fulfill. You really feeding that demon that was placed on you when you did the first sexual immoral thing, or back when you was molested as a child. Some of y'all don't even remember being molested, but when you molested, the person basically transferring a demon on you. Because it take a sick person to molest anybody, and let alone a child or innocent, a child, an elderly, a dog, or somebody with special needs, disabilities, things like that. People who can't defend themselves. It take a demon, a demonic person to do something like that in the first place. So when they do stuff like that, they basically transfer that demon on you or to whoever they doing it for. I ain't gonna say everybody ain't been molested, thank God, but when you have that was a demon being transferred on you right there. So that's why, like I said, you see a lot of little girls, all of a sudden bucking and trucking out of both pants legs, no matter how old the boy or the man is or whatever. It was a spirit placed on them. So now you got to feed that spirit. And a lot of the times, we don't understand that as onlookers. But that's why I say you serving the sin. At that point, you serving the sin. You serving that demon inside of you. So that's an example of sexually immoral sin or whatever. Let's talk about another sin. Eating can be a sin, because God don't want nobody to be unhealthy. You're not supposed to be unhealthy. You supposed to be able to fight, get up and run, whatever you got to do to protect yourself, or just have good health. Period. You should be able to do it without restraint. And the food that you eating and taking in. If you consciously know, and I say consciously because that's the only way, you sin when you know better, basically. When you know better and you still doing something that you know is harmful to you, you sin it. And I had to learn that too. When you eat chicken, you eat some fried chicken that you done made, and it got all kind of salt and spices and all that up in there, and it's making your stomach burn every time you eat it, and you still keep eating it. That's a sin. You sit up there hurting your stomach. You put ulcers in the lining of your stomach. You're killing yourself. If you get sick and go to the hospital, you ain't serving nobody no good, not your children, nobody. And like I say, this is not to condemn anybody. This is to kind of like help everybody open their eyes a little bit to what we doing to ourselves. And you can't do what everybody else do. Somebody else can eat that same fried chicken and don't gain no weight, don't get sick, don't get the bubble guts or none of that. Like some of us can drink milk just fine, and then some people can't. They lactose intolerant. If you lactose intolerant, you still eating lactose and you getting sick, you sinning against yourself. Do y'all see how sin kind of work? That's basically what sin is. If it ain't for you and you doing it, you sinning. That's basically how sin is. That's how it works. And you sinning because you can't help God or be of no service to God if you can't even do the basics that He needs you to do. If God give you a command or demand and you can't perform it because you unhealthy or you got to toil with yourself about, well, God, I feel unworthy, or what if they tell on me, or what if they, you know what I'm saying, what if somebody come out against me, and all that kind of stuff, because of the mistakes that you know somebody might expose about you. Like this, what you embarrassed for it for? Because you knew it was embarrassing and it might be wrong, right? So if anything you do, you feel embarrassed about it, you need to either get over it or you just sinning. Point blank period. That's all to it. You sinning against yourself. Um but most importantly, do not condemn yourself, correct yourself. Don't condemn yourself, correct yourself. Like, get it together. Get it together. And start watching what other people do. You got to do what's right for you. You got to do it what you feel for yourself. If it's hurting you, it's a sin. If you're doing it to yourself and it's hurting you, it's basically a sin. Unless you exercising or something like that. Because I know some people, it's a lot of see, and I used to be a smart aleck. I'm gonna work on my curse words. But I used to be a smart aleck too. I'd probably be one of them people like, well, exercising hurt. My leg muscles be cramping up and all that. Is that sin? Okay, whatever. I ain't going there. But yeah. If it's harming you, your health, your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, any of that, it's a sin. Other people might be good at it. They might not be getting sick. You really can't even say that because you don't know what a person going through outside of what you can see. You don't know what going on with them when they go home. Like, it could be five of y'all getting down in the bed together, and when all five of y'all part ways, it might only be one sane person because they might be the damn devil they self. Satan got children. He got children. It's in the Bible. Jesus said, y'all like y'all father because they didn't believe in him. And if they didn't believe in him, this in the Bible. This just for Bible talk, okay? Okay, for the non-believers. I'm pretty sure, I hope non-believers ain't even watching because this don't float y'all boat no way. I'm speaking to the believers who be condemning themselves for sinning. And when all we gotta do is just correct it. God don't hold no eternal grudges, or none of that. Like, he called us back home. He does not mind calling us back home and getting us together. And I'm pretty sure if you believe in God and you know God and you hear from God and all that, you ain't just hearing it through nobody, no prophets, no pastors, no none of that. If you able to, pray and communicate with God or see signs and wonders, even if you're not somebody that can hear from him, he will call you back to him. He will call you for correction. So I'm speaking to the people who on that level, who there right now. I'm trying to get all this stuff off of me. But yeah, I'm speaking to people who there with me on that level. That's all. I ain't trying to convert nobody because I used to be the same way. I was into all these new age beliefs and stuff like that. So, and couldn't nobody tell me different, baby. Couldn't nobody tell me. Baby, I was stupid. I'm not calling nobody stupid. I'm just saying though, like, and where I am today and what I know now at this present moment with the crap that I was falling into and believing, I was stupid compared to now. I was flat out stupid. Alright. See, this how it look. I know it was looking a mess when y'all first seen it. I'm going to trim this and put diamonds on it. It's not gonna, I gotta seal it. And then this camera quality is not the best, so, but this a custom piece that I'm making. And then I got these two. And I'm making these for, now I gotta knock that stuff off. So this what I'm gonna be doing now. And I ain't gonna do this the whole time. I'm not, see how you can see the words now. Let y'all know I ain't crazy. And I got before and after pictures. See, it's a little more detail now. You know, for the people who like to call me crazy and all that type of stuff. I know what I'm doing. Okay. But anyway, back to what I was saying. For real, on a for real tip. Like I said, sin. Sin is anything that hurts you, and you cannot, what other people eat cannot, will not make you crap. Okay? So you cannot watch other people and be like, well, it's working for them. Is it working for you? And if it ain't working for you, if it's hurting you, let it go. It's not for you. And like I said, Satan has his own. Satan has his own. He is a ruler as well. So he does have servants. And a lot of us have been serving him without knowing. Because we watching everybody else. And we think because they doing, you know, they doing it. And they getting away with it. That maybe we'll get away with it too. But like I said, if you're a child of God, he already kind of gave you confirmation as to that you are his already. So this is who I'm talking to. I'm not talking to nobody else. So like I said, I'm not trying to convert nobody. I'm just trying to get you to question yourself. What are the sins in your life, and are they serving you? If you drink, how is drinking helping you? How is drinking hurting you? If you gluttonous and you eat a lot, you eat a lot of unhealthy stuff, how is it helping you? How is it hurting you? You know? There's so many ways around this, you know? Okay, for instance, okay, I'm gonna go back to Genesis with Eve, right? Eve, Adam and Eve, they was given everything they needed at that time, right? This gonna me tie this up into today, and I'm pretty sure y'all done heard many other, maybe, I don't know, depending on what kind of church you've been in or whatever, whoever you've been watching. But okay, Adam and Eve had everything that they needed. Everything that they needed. Let's say they had hundreds of trees that they could have ate from. And especially one good tree, right? They had all these things they could do. They didn't know. Oh, okay. They didn't even know nothing about nothing else. God told them what to eat, where to go. The same way we go to the doctor, and the doctor say, okay, you got this. You can eat everything except for salt, right? You can eat everything except for salt. God told them you can have everything. Everything that's in here is yours except for this one tree. Do not touch it. Do not eat from it. They was fine with that. You left the doctor, you was fine with that. I can do no salt. Except for us, we already know what salt tastes like. So that's the difference in this, right? We know what salt tastes like. Right, already. But anyways, this just comparison. We already know what salt tastes like, but whatever the doctor tell us, you know, you'll live a long time if you just cut out salt. cut out iodine salt. We'll put it like that. He might have said you can have Himalayan salt, you can have sea salt, but no table salt, right? And you living, you fine. That works for you. Now you eating everything like you supposed to, and all that. And then all of a sudden, this little sneaky thing or this little sneaky person, they come and they say, your food so boring. It's working for you though. Your food been slamming as far as you concerned. Like, it's been slamming. You've been looking good, losing weight, everything. Getting healthy. Got your health restored, everything. Adam and Eve, they been eating, they been going without. Then here come the serpent, mentioning to them, how is everything in here, y'all, but y'all can't eat from that tree? How your food good, but you can't put salt in it? Like, how you healthy, but you can't eat salt? And now you like, I ain't never thought of that. You ain't need it. But now, just because somebody mentioned it, somebody slithered their little way in, and they mentioned the salt, sugar in the process of getting her braids taken down. I see her little hair sticking out. She taking them down, but some little slithering snake come, convince you to eat, salt again, right? And you do it. And the first time you do it, it take you down. It take you down, you right back in the hospital. And now you praying, oh God, I'm like, God, please, blah, 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 whatever. Or doctor, in the case. Let's say doctor. Let's say the doctor is God. And now you're panicking. You don't want to go to the hospital. You don't want to go to the doctor. You got to call the doctor. And now you don't want to be straight up with your doctor. You just want a doctor. Well, you trying to cancel the doctor appointment and all kind of stuff. And then doctor like, why? You should be healthy. You should be able to come to the doctor. Like, what's going on? And now you got to tell the doctor that you ate salt. And now the doctor got to tell you, well, I told you not to eat the salt for a reason. Because the salt was going to put a hole in your stomach that I can't repair. The salt was going to put a hole in your stomach that I cannot repair. You done already ate this salt. So basically the doctor done told you that there ain't no way he can help you now because you done already put the salt in your food and it done tore your stomach up. It's the same way it was with Adam and Eve. How y'all know y'all naked all of a sudden when naked was normal, right? Being naked was normal until you ate that from that tree of knowledge and you gained the knowledge to know that, nakedness was being exposed. Why was they being concerned about being naked when it wasn't but them two, right? Like, who was gonna see them? Who was gonna see them be naked? If you walking around in your own house naked, it's not a problem. Unless you have knowledge that somebody else is watching or whatever. Somebody else might be dropping by or anything like that. Same thing. Y'all remember that movie Tyler Perry did, Temptations? Like, that girl had the love of her life, her childhood soulmate. And long as they was little country bumpkins, they was fine and in love with each other. She ain't know the difference between nothing. Her husband had, little disagreements that come with growing. You start to wonder sometimes, but like I said, they was little country bumpkins, so it ain't mean, it make them no different. They really done working things out until she stepped into the devil's realm, which was the corporate world and working in offices around millionaires and stuff like that. And that's, you know, that's another way the serpent slide in on us with that money. Like, money is the root of all evil, because money had no importance in the first place. Money is man-made, but I ain't even finna get on that. Everything we needed on this earth, we was provided for, but you know, sleeping outside became beneath us all of a sudden. And, you know, fertilizing the earth with the food that we ate from the earth became beneath us. And honestly, it started to be too many people anyway, so we kind of needed housing and all that. But walking and riding buses and wagons and using horses became beneath us. So now we got these cars and vehicles out here polluting the earth now. You see what I'm saying? But back to the movie Temptation. This how sin works. They kind of like the same exact example of Adam and Eve, for real, right? So they was fine being country bumpkins. They came up in life. The girl wanted more out of life. The little wife or whatever, she wanted more out of life. So she got her a good job or whatever, good little corporate job. And then all of a sudden, the snake, Kim Kardashian, you need to do this and you should do that and you should look like this and you ought to change your fashion and you ought to buy this to wear and that to wear and all this kind of stuff. Like the serpent, like a lot of us go through that to this day. A lot of folks come around trying to change us, trying to quote unquote upgrade us. But you need to question why they trying to upgrade you, for who. Question what they trying to make you look good for, or who they trying to make you look good for, or whatever. And so, because the little Kim Kardashian character, she wanted to attract rich, high value men. And we all, well, I ain't gonna say we all know, I don't know. I have been a professional homemaker for, well, since I was 18, I started, or whatever, and I started cleaning hotels. The first job that I worked at, it was a nice high-end hotel, and that's where it's been. So I have been privy to some elite men and the way they work, and normally it's a mess. So yeah, so now, she telling her she gotta be cute to be around these men, baby. She trying to help them find somebody, not find her, right? Hugging all cute and stuff like that. Okay, boom. Now you look delicious to these men. You'd rather not. Now you looking good. You looking like a piece of steak to a lion. You know what I'm saying? You looking like a piece of steak to a lion. All kind of stuff. You looking like the most beautiful gazelle to the Lion King now. And you think he ain't gonna come hawk you down and take you down and take you down and take you down, and I mean take you down and devour you. And that's basically what happened to her. That man took her down and devoured her and gave her that pack, we called it HIV. And that happens to people every day, all the time, just because some slithering snake came and told them they should go out to this party. You should do this with us. You should try this drink. You should try this drug, anything. It's so many ways that the slithering snake can come in. And them slithering snakes, they don't get taken down by all them drugs and stuff like that. But you do, because you weren't built for that. Your mind wasn't built for that. Your spirit wasn't built for that. I need to work on my stuff while I'm talking y'all, so I can go and get it sold and get on out here. But you weren't built for that. You ain't on that type of time, spiritually or mentally. But there you go. You tried it and it took you out. That's what I'm saying. That's basically If you don't understand sin from that, like the true essence of sin and what it means, it's deeper than just sinning against God and not being able to go to heaven and all that. Heaven is peace. Um, and you can have it here on earth. The kingdom of heaven is about to rain down on earth anyways. We is not finna die. The world not finna come to an end. The book of Revelation is coming to life. But it's spiritual. Ain't got nothing to do with the world finna come to an end and blow up and all that and catch on fire and all that. I don't know. Even if it do happen, the meek shall inherit the earth. So is you gonna be meek or you gonna be meat? You feel me? You gonna be but for real though. And I'm laughing because I already know somebody watching, so I ain't sitting up here talking to myself, so I can laugh with whoever watching. But yeah, figure it out. What is your sin doing for you or to you? Point blank, period. Is it helping you or is it hurting you? Why did you start doing that sin in the first place? And then when you kept doing that sin, why did you keep doing it? What was it suppressing? What was it helping? Is it helping you now? Do you need it? If you don't need it, let it go. We always talking about we strong. We okay. You know, if I say you turned out on alcohol, right? A person can't hand you know what they call it. Can't nobody make you hit the bag, right? So if you got that much willpower, you can have the willpower to not hit the cup either. Or not hit the bottle either. It's the same thing. If you got willpower in one place, you can look at it like that. That's really how I had to come out of a lot of stuff that I was doing. Especially, I don't know, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody had to break a soul tie for the sexual demon or whatever. You know, they had to be broken, but I still had to be reminded and I was still tempted. Like temptation come at me every day. So the way I feel, if I could turn down, a bag of powder, Molly, X, all that kind of stuff that ain't even in my taste, I could turn down stuff that I used to do. Because it's not in my taste anymore. That's not me anymore. I ain't booking and trucking out of both pants legs no more. So I can turn a Negro down. Because I know, and when I know ain't no good, I know what I'm waiting for. You know what I'm saying? I know who I'm waiting for. So what I'm going to be playing with all these extra folks that I know don't mean me no good for, like, the same thing. I'm telling somebody, this for somebody who can't seem to, like, stop looking for love in all the wrong people and places. Let it go. Let love go. If you believe in love so strongly, 9 times out of 10, you believe in true love. And you believe in fairy tales and all that stuff. Stop booking and twerking until your fairy tale moment happen, at least. Cause now these dudes ain't offering us no fairy tales. They want to chill. They want to chill. They want to chill in the parking lot. They want to come see you, sit in the car, and then try to push up on you in the car, all type of, or whatever. If they get a hotel room, shit, they spend the money on shit for themselves. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. But they spend the money on everything else, baby, to get in your pants. Come time you need them, they broke, baby. And I don't care if they do get you in the car, they not finna give you that $149 hotel room fee. And if you say $149 is a lot of money for a hotel room, you definitely need to stop booking and trucking. Because that is not a lot of money. It's a lot. No, it ain't. It's not. Believe me, that's not a lot of money. Like I said, I have worked for high-end hotels and real estate for a long time. Okay, that's not a lot of money. $149 is not for a hotel room. Is not a lot of money, baby. And most of us, we from the hood, from the project. We had aunties, mamas, all that, baby. All that, didn't have no job, and none of that. And they came back with cars. They came back with cars, shoes, clothes for the kids, all kind of stuff. What is going on in this society today that we as women feel like we just happy to be bucking and trucking with people? I'm telling y'all, now that's a sin. You bucking and trucking ain't serving you. Is your sin serving you? Is your sin helping you? Is your sin hurting you? If you bucking and trucking with me and then you still gotta go home crying, talking about how I'm gonna pay my bills, or how I'm gonna do this and how I'm gonna do that, that's a sin. You're sinning against yourself. You gotta go to God and ask God to. You could have kept your legs closed if you're gonna pray and ask God to provide for you. Like, that's just real talk. If you gotta pray and ask for God to provide and make a way for you after you done sinned against Him in your mind, sinned against yourself really, but after you done sinned, you still gotta figure out how you finna pay your bills, how you finna do this and that for your kids, and blah, XYZ. You have sinned against yourself, baby. You can't sin against God. God gonna be there. And God ain't, you know what I'm saying? God gonna be there. God waiting on you. God still gonna provide for you after you sin. He's still gonna, you know how we used to make them vows when we get drunk? You know, the room go spinning. You done had a good night. You been drinking. You might have mixed drink. You might have mixed brown with white or any kind of thing. And then you go to lay down that night after a good night. And then the room starts spinning and all that. Now you dizzy and the room spinning. You feel that little throw up finna come and all that. And you be like, God, please, if you please, just please heal me. I ain't gonna drink no more. God gonna give you the answers in your head. God might be like, you might get the feeling, I say, if you don't know, because a lot of people don't know they be hearing from God. And you get the little feeling to go drink some water. What you doing? What you need? A pencil. Looking at one of these boxes. In the pink box. There you go. But yeah, the room with the spinning and all that, and God, healed you, and God told you, or you got the feeling to go get you some water, some vinegar water. I tell everybody, vinegar water, or pickle, whatever, aspirin, all kind of stuff people do to heal. But I like to tell people go get some vinegar water or a pickle. Sure got me saying pencil. But yeah, so I like to tell people to go. See, now it don't look so crazy, y'all. Now y'all see where I'm going with this. It ain't all crazy looking no more. Okay. But anyway, that part. And God still told you how to get rid of the drunk, the whatever. He might even made a way for you to stay home from work the next day so you can heal up. And then you go right back and do it anyways, knowing you might get sick or whatever. Call yourself trying to do it better the next day, and it's the same thing. That's sin. Especially if it's something that you can't stop and it come by temptation. More than likely, that's sin. Anything that is out of character for you spiritually, you yourself, not for nobody else. Like I said, what other people eat don't make you boo-boo. Anything that's hurting you and that's not working for you, that's your sin. Work on it. Work on it. If love ain't working for you, you keep dating different people and you still can't find the one. Maybe you sinning. You still bucking the truck, not both pants leg, and you still can't find nobody to settle down with. Maybe you sinning. Like, just sin is to correct yourself, not to condemn yourself. Don't feel bad that you sinning. There, whatever. That's behind you. We can't go back and redo none of the stuff that we did in the past. Not even the stuff that we just did a second ago. Not even this second. Not even the next second that's finna pass you by. We can't go back and redo none of the stuff that we did. You supposed to learn from it and keep going. Learn from it, correct it, and move on about your business. If you do something or say something to somebody and it kind of, you feel bad about it, you feel bad about it. If you feel, well, I don't know, I can't say that. Some people don't feel, nah. People feel bad, they just don't want to admit it. What you need, shoot? I'm just trying to do your work. What you, it's on art. You got a whole art box down there. Right there. You gonna see your art supply box? What you need? What you gotta do? Well, yeah, I'm finna help my baby do her art project for school. Cause she not finna let me be in peace. I already know who. And help her take her hair down. But yeah, like I said, I won't finna hold y'all for no 2 hours today. I already been talking long enough for the 47 minutes. But yeah, this is not to condemn you or I ain't trying to make you go on the Bible and search and all that. This is like common sense for you. Is your sin helping or hurting you? If after you do it, you feel some kind of, negative feeling about it after you do it, more than likely you feel like you sinned against yourself. And so all you got to do is repent and forgive yourself and ask God for forgiveness and say, I ain't doing it no more, or I will do better about that. I ain't gonna say don't because you whatever. Never say never, but shoot forward to not doing it. Because like I say, anything that you don't want to do no more, you look at it like it's something that you would never do in the first place. You'll never hit the bag. You'll never hit a crack pipe. You feel like you too good for all that kind of stuff. You too good for the things that's hindering you and slowing you down too. So you need to look at everything that you want to defeat like that. If you're trying to figure out how to eat better and you eat unhealthy food, look at that unhealthy food like a crack pipe or a bag. Or for people who don't drink liquor, look at it like a bottle of liquor. I don't know. The list go on. I don't know. If you like me and you don't eat chitlins, look at that sin as a bowl of chitlins. Cause I can't get with the chitlins. Some people can, but I can't. And so I'm gonna look at anything, whatever. I ain't trying to clown nobody for what they do. I'm just comparing, because a lot of us say that we too good for certain stuff. A lot of us say we'll never drive a minivan and all kind of stuff like that. So you look at that sin as a minivan that you'll never buy. Y'all be saying them look crazy to me. But I'm gonna get off here before it turns to an hour. Thank you for watching, and I love y'all. Share if you need to, or whatever. If you have anybody in mind who this might help, but like this is not for condemnation. We're not trying to condemn nobody. And it's mighty strange how if a person ain't talking about no drama or no stuff like that, they have all the views in the world. But somebody trying to tell y'all something positive, you know, y'all sure be quiet. And it's kind of, baby, God see all that. I ain't got nothing to do with it, baby. I don't have nothing to do with it. I said what I had to say. I was obedient to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Well, to God, because God told me to do this. Jesus ain't tell me to do it. God, by way of the Holy Spirit, told me to do this. And I did it. I fulfilled my end of the bargain. And I will see y'all another time. Bye. And I'm trying to end this live. Bye-bye.